Rhonda Fawcett here from Matamata, New Zealand. Today I'm going to show you how to make a birdhouse card that is quite a simple one really, and you can adapt it to use for other things as well, which I'll show you at the end. If you want to have a printed copy of these instructions, just leave a comment afterwards or message me and I will email you a copy of them. And I'm just going to turn the phone over and put it in my phone holder so we can get crafting. And just bear with me one moment. Right. Bring this out. This is the card that we'll be making. So you need an A4 piece of paper, a piece of card, and I'm cutting it at 10 centimeters. Right, you can't see all that. I'll take it out a bit. There we go. 10 centimeters wide. So normally you'd cut an A4 in half at 10.5, but we're making it a little bit narrower to give room for the top of the birdhouse, the eaves, to stick out so it fits in the envelope. A piece of DSP. If I used this Bright and Beautiful birthday one, and I've used this side of it. I think we'll go with that. So it's 9.5 centimeters wide. It actually doesn't matter how long it is because you're going to trim the top off anyway, so don't worry about the length of it. Some spare white card. We're going to punch a circle out. I've already gone ahead and done that with a 2-inch circle punch, but you'll need maybe a bit more of that to stamp the branch on. We're going to just stamp it from the Sweet Songbird stamp set. Just a scrap of white card that's a centimetre wide. Some crumb cake card. These are 9 centimetres by 2 centimetres wide, and I've put them through the timber embossing folder. And the bird punch, you'll need some scraps of Daffodil Delight to make the bird. I have punched some lemon lolly for its tummy, and then I've punched an extra couple of these for the wings, and also one of these little beaks that's in pumpkin pie. And then I've used the bell punch and I've done a couple of leaves. That's in Parakeet Party, and this is Lost Lagoon. So yeah, those are the colours that I've used, but you can adapt to use any greens for the leaves. You don't actually even need the leaves, but just extra if you want. And use whatever pattern you want for your designer series paper. So to get started, just score it in half. So that's at 14.9. This is all using A4 cardstock, like the South Pacific measurements. And I'm going to just find a pencil. You've got to measure, let's just go in a little bit closer, at 4 centimeters each side of the score line. So here's the score line here. So I'm going to put a pencil mark there at 4 centimeters that side, and here at 8 centimeters. So it's 4 centimeters each side. And then we're going to score diagonally across the score lines. I've actually already gone ahead and done it at the other side as well. So from this score line here to, not score line, pencil mark, that pencil mark there to that pencil mark there, make a diagonal score, and from this pencil mark here to that one up there. Oops, it pays to use the stamping mat for this, because you need something to be able to press down on. So now we're just going to go ahead and burnish along all these fold lines. I'll just make sure that I have got mine in half correctly. I use normal Whisper White, not thick Whisper White, because you've got all these folds in the middle of your card. If you used thick Whisper White, I think it would be a little bit too bulky. I'm just trying to get this along the fold line. There we go. Just going to put this back out again and along this fold line. It's hard for me to see when I'm trying to do it on camera as well. I just need to bring it closer to me so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. And then once you've burnished those, this will naturally come into those triangle points there, and it makes that house shape. So I can burnish along these. Very simple, really. Don't know what that little bit is sticking up there. Cut it off. Right, so then I can go ahead and stick my Designer Series paper on the front. It doesn't go right to the sides, but it does go right to the top. So I'm actually going to put glue. Normally I'll put glue on the paper, but I'm going to put it on the card. So just not right to the edge. Right, so I put the dark side down first. Now it doesn't quite reach the top. I actually trimmed a little bit of this already. I should have left it at the 6-inch size, but it won't matter because we are putting the roof gables on and that will cover it. So then you just lift up the card and you cut along and cut these pieces off. Then we have to punch a hole in, and we're going to punch a 2-inch hole in here. So you just push this in as far as it will go, slightly closer to the top than the bottom, probably about there will be good. Now it's not going to be exactly centered, and that's okay because we need to put the bird and another bird inside, and to have both birds showing on this card, the hole needs to be off-centered, otherwise you won't get both birds showing. Now we have to do another 2-inch circle there, which I've already gone ahead and punched out, and then I'm using a slightly bigger punch. I'm using a 2 1/4. If you don't have the exact punch sizes, you can just use die cuts, but what I'm doing is placing this punch around my first punched hole to get just a layer of circle around so that I can actually put it on here to be like an outline. So just put a bit of glue on this. Got a little bit much on there. Right. And then going and stamping the branch on the scrap paper. I've gone ahead and done that already ahead of time and fussy cut it out. Now when you're sticking this on, it comes up about that high, so really all you want to stick down is this part of the branch and those ones with the 3 leaves under it, or maybe just a dot under that one. So I'm just going to put glue just on those portions, 1 dot of glue there, dot on these 3 leaves, and on this end. The middle doesn't have any glue on because the middle will be over the hole. Actually, before I just do that, I'm just going to draw a pencil line just in here because I need to put the nest inside and I need to know where to do the nest. Alright, so now I can stamp this, glue this over. And there shouldn't be any glue showing through. No, there isn't. Right, so we're going to stamp the nest on. Now the nest goes halfway where this pencil mark is. And I'm using Pecan Pie ink to do the nest. So it goes half on and half off. So that we just see some of the nest showing through there, but not all of it. And I need to just put a little bit of sponging in here just to take away some of that stark white. So I'm just using a bit of crumb cake card and just sort of sponging a bit of colour inside that nest. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't matter if you go over the edge. Nests are not perfect. Then I'm going to stamp the little bird inside. I'm going to use a paper mask just to put the bird in so that it is not sitting, like you don't have any of the yellow bird right inside that nest. I want his tummy just touching in and his tail just touching in, so about there. And then we'll do a wing for that little bird. To do its beak and eyes and tummy, I'm going to use my blends. I find the 2-step stamping really hard to do with such tiny little areas to get it perfect. So it's easier to draw it in, I find anyway. If you're really good at the lining up your stamps, you can use your stamps to do that. And the tummy, this is a Lemon Lolly blend. It'll match the one that we punched out with the cardstock at the front. And its eyes, again, I like to do my eyes with a Stampin' Right marker. I just find it easier to get them where I want to get them rather than using the stamps. And we're going to put our little sentiment at the front, inside, sorry, on the bottom. So I've got It's Your Day, so I'll just stamp it underneath there. It's your special day. There we go. Okay, so come back to doing the front. Yeah, he looks pretty cute in there. I've gone ahead and already assembled this bird, so we're going to stick him on the branch. Now you're not going to, I should have probably done my nest and bird a little bit over, because we're not going to see all of that bird if I put him right there. Whereas if he'd been over a little bit, we would have seen him more. Where else brought the branch down. I'm just going to grab our envelope and see about putting, hang on, I'll just get this envelope out here. Just want to see how far he can go out. Yeah, I'll just fit him in the envelope if I stuck him just out a little bit. So yeah, that's good. Again, I'm not going to put any glue on his tail because his tail is going to be sticking over the edge. So if I put him like that. Put him a little bit higher so he doesn't. Yeah, that's good. Now we're going to stamp the sentiment for the front. And I've cut my stamp set. Let me just show you. It's got a little bird told me. I've just cut with my scissors the photopolymer stamp in half. So I've got a little bird, which I've already stamped, and then I've got told me, which was underneath, but I want to put it side by side on this strip. So there we go, and that will go on there. I'll just cut the excess off. Now we're going to do the gables for the roof. And I've just got these two strips. Don't worry about that corner. I just should be like that. Put them through the embossing folder, and now I'm going to put them together, and well, I actually want to make the gabled roof. Let me see. Like this. So you only really need to do one of them, because the other one can be just put together and cut at the same time. But basically you want to put it right to the point of the roof there. So that's a top point there, and you just want to bring a straight line down, straight down like that. So if I put them together now and cut them both on the same angle, it should work. Right. Oh, didn't know that one had some pen on it. Okay, we don't want to use that side with the pen on. So, okay. Let me put them together again and cut again. I didn't even look at that. That one side had stamped already on it. Okay, so we want this side. Right. This is what we want. Yep, that works. And then we want to just do a little bit of daubering over them to actually bring out this nice wood grain colour. So let me see if I do it that way. Yeah, this is the side I want to dauber. So I'm just dragging my dauber across. Oh, I've done a big splodge on that. That's not good. You just want to highlight the bits of the wood there, not the big splodge like I did. Well, it's going to stay there now. So just glue these on. I'm just putting glue more at the top end because I want to put the branches up, underneath the bow punch that we did before. Right. And you can see it hangs out a bit much there. This is where we get our envelope back again and just see how much do we need to trim off to actually fit it in the envelope. So I do need to trim this across there and this one. Oh, I've cut that one too short now. I will have to make another one of these, which I will make when we're finished off camera. I will take this one off and make another one because I've made that a wee bit too short. see, by the time I cut that in that angle, yeah, I'll make another one, but anyway, you'll get the idea. It's just a smidgen too short, because if you trim that up like that, that's the angle that you want, like that. But see, it's just a tiny bit too short, so I will make another one of these a bit longer and actually do that nicer off camera. Right, so then it's just sticking these leaves on, and then we're done. So pretty simple and pretty quick, as long as you don't do little stuff ups like I did. This Lost Lagoon one that I've just done is daubed around with garden green ink, just because it was a little bit lost onto the Lost Lagoon background of that card. And then the parakeet party, just to add a bit of a lift, because otherwise it can look a bit dull and dark. It needed something a little bit brighter up the top here. And that is my card. So, little bird told me it's your special day. If you want, because the back is quite thin and you can see through where my blend has come through, just put a bit of white card on the back, 10 centimeters by 15, glue it straight on top so the bottom and sides all meet, and then just trim with that, and that'll give you something a bit more sturdy, so the back is not so thin and flimsy. And I'm just going to show you another card made with the same idea, and this is the nativity one. So basically what I've done is exactly the same setup. I have made that shape. I've put my DSP down, which I used the Night Divine DSP, stuck that down. Instead of cutting a hole in there, I just left it as it was, put the gables on, and you can see I've got them straight now, so it will fit in the envelope with those gables each side. Then I just cut out all the die cut pieces and place them all in place. Now the bottom here was lemon lolly card, and I used crumb cake and just randomly stamped some like very thin leaf images and just daubed so that it looked more like straw rather than the sort of bright lemon lolly. And that is my project, so I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to let me know if you want the instructions. I can send them to you. Thank you. Bye.